the bat, I want to apologise for the video. This next video, the lighting was awful. This was before light rings. I remember recording this at night time, and it's really bad. It really is bad. This is Christmas 2017, so you're looking at, 5-6 years ago now. It's really whimsical, this theme. This was the year that I kind of did Christmas through a child's eyes. It was very big and brash, and I used a lot of things from my childhood. And again, my symmetrical decorating. That big clock you see on the wall it's still on the wall, but it's further up. It's further up towards the ceiling, and that's where it stays. So this video, this montage of through the years, is my Christmas mantle from 2017 through to 2021. This is part of my Christmas in July series for 2020. This was the first year that I actually got into nutcrackers. Poundland, which is the UK's version of Dollar Tree, stocked some really nice nutcrackers. So I bought a few, and I've built on my collection since then. It's not vast, but I do have a few. So we've got one in the centre here, and I'm sure I'm going to be doing something very symmetrical. The plastic wreaths on the wall are very Victorian, reminiscent of the Victorian era, and we had one from when I was a child, so you're looking at 40 plus years ago. And then I found another one on eBay. They both depict the same images, but they are painted in two very different ways. One's very vibrant, and the other one's very muted, and I really like those. So let's go to the video audio and see what I'm saying. Decorative boxes that I have that come out depending on my theme, and I'm going to put my elves on top of them. Now these elves you can get from eBay as well as other stores, but what I did, I glued these lights. They no longer work because I cut them, but I glued these into his hands, so it looks like he was decorating. So I'm going to put him there, and this is the other colour you can get, it's the green, and then this one I glued in a wreath. I'm going to put that one there, so it basically mirrors. And then on each end I'm going to have candlesticks, or should I say candle stands. And on this end I'm going to put this tree, and this tree is made using the foil bows similar to the wreath. I will link the video of the wreath I made, so it pops out now. And on this the elves are, I think, are still available on eBay for customers here in the for people in the UK who use eBay. I haven't seen them available for international buyers. That the wreath that I'm talking about in the video is probably still to this day, 2022, one of my all-time favorite Christmas wreaths, and all it is using the the foil bows that you can buy. You can buy packs and packs and packs of them during the festive season, and I think that is one of my nicest and simplest bows you can ever, not bows, I'm really tongue-tied today, crafters, I apologise, wreaths that you can make. Hopefully you know what I'm talking about. If not, send me a message and I'll send you a picture, or I'll direct you to the what I'll do is I'll add the video link in the description. So yeah, very whimsical. I actually quite like this, even now, 5 years later, I still quite like this. I would have done things differently. I would have done things so they were more in the triangle kind of look. This is very much larger into the smallest in the center, and I don't tend to do that now. I tend to do the opposite, largest thing in the center, then work my way out. So I was just looking at my mantle now, but now I have a clock in the center, a mantle clock more or less all the time there now. I may change that out in the autumn and winter, but I know the video is awful. But yeah, more foliage. I think the only things I don't have in my stash now is the foil cone tree that broke, so I got rid of that. I don't have the little sitting elf anymore. I donated those. And I don't have the tree nearest the screen. That also broke because my mum sat on it. So I don't have that anymore. Everything else that's on display on that mantle, and the light garland underneath, I still have and still use on occasion. That's quite whimsical. Thing is, I've very much honed in my aesthetic over the past couple of years. I really love the vintage feel. I try not to buy too many mass manufactured items that are new, because one, they're not made to last, and two, there's so many beautiful things out there that are pre-loved. I often go to car boots and charity shops and that type of thing. I'm an avid eBay buyer, and it saves it going to landfill. I know I've preached this before, so I apologise if you heard it and you're thinking, oh Gareth, please be quiet. But there are, I mean, every Christmas there are a couple of things that I tend to buy, but not the quantity that I did. That particular piece I have in my hand now was actually an eBay purchase many moons ago. It's actually from, was it from Kirkland's in the US, if my memory serves me right. It has on the back where it's from, I can't remember. But yeah, it's one of my favourite pieces. So let's move on to the audio of the actual video. From a seller who was just getting rid of some items, and the attention to detail in this particular item, this particular figurine, is just gorgeous. So he's going to sit there, and then I have a miniature tree, because obviously he needs to have a tree, and a few little parcels to put under the tree. So thank you very much for joining me today, and I wish you a very Merry Christmas, and I'll see you again very soon. 2018 was the year that I did the most simple mantle I've ever done. The lovely Arlene, whose picture comes up now, and Kim, they did a challenge during the festive period, and we were to share our mantles, and this is my video. So I didn't do a decorate with me because it was simple, so simple. If you don't know Arlene, she's lovely, very humble lady. She's in Virginia in the USA. She does many a beautiful bow tutorial, but her home is beautiful. So if you're into decorating and decorating for each season on holiday, that's the channel to go and watch. Kim is very sweet too. She does a lot of hauls in her channel. She's just redone her home, which is beautiful. The red, I love this red truck ribbon. It was a friend of mine messaged me and said, oh, my local boutique has just had this ribbon in. I was like, oh, fantastic, can you get me some? And she was gracious enough to get me some and send it to me. Found that canvas on eBay. It's an illuminated one. Yeah, really simple. I think I went on and added snow later in the season. But yeah, really simple. And that's a lovely rag garland from Rich, who used to, I don't think he makes them anymore, but he used to make them and send them to people. So I bought that one, and I've got a yellow and grey one, which I use kind of all year round if I want to. And then I've also got a Halloween one. Yeah, there you go, Rich. So this particular year, it's a very, very short and quick video. Participants, and obviously the two lovely ladies on their channels. Thank you very much for joining me, and you'll see me again very, very soon. Take care now. Bye bye. So as you can see to the left and the right, I have 2 hooks, and from those hooks I'm going to hang some lanterns, but I decorated the hooks this year. I put some faux foliage on it. So the first thing I'm going to put on those hooks are 2 red camping lanterns. So let's put those on. Okay, so that's the lanterns on, and on top of those lanterns I'm going to be using these red poinsettia ribbon flowers that I did in the tutorial coming up. I'm not sure if it's coming up or... When I created this mantle, it has a very kind of rustic Victorian theme, I think. It was actually while I had this mantle created that I thought of doing the Victorian mantle and theme the following year. I actually had sketched out a whole completely different theme for Christmas of 2020, but after doing this mantle and what with the the beautiful chargers that I got on eBay, they have a very Victorian flair to them, I think. Oh, there's my mum. It actually made me go a different route for Christmas 2020, and I did the Victorian theme, which you'll see coming up. But this is a very simple mantle as well. I love those chargers. They're absolutely huge. They've got to be about over a foot tall, but they are lovely. And these rustic buildings I'm going to be using again this year. They are one of those things that I tend to use quite a lot. Those gorgeous candlesticks I found on eBay. I think they might be Lennox or Royal Dalton, I can't remember, but they are beautiful. They were an eBay find, and they were no chips, no cracks. Very lucky. So yeah, very simple mantle again. I think sometimes I go through stages where simplicity is key, and then other times I want something a bit more elaborate, like the mantle in 2021. There was more to it. But I think from 2020 I kind of really honed in my design aesthetic. I like the brass. I'm really loving the things that were out when I was younger, the things that were in home decor back then. Maybe that's something a lot of people do, but I'm definitely into, and I love mid-century. Mid-century is one of my... I'd love to do a mid-century tree one of these years. Something very 1950s. But I like this. I hated those stickers on the mirror. My dad wanted them, and it's Christmas and I have to think of others, and he wanted them, so I put them on there. I didn't like them at all, but he liked them, and that's what matters. I think we're going to move on to Christmas 2020 now. So that was the Victorian kind of Charles Dickens theme. So nice big open cleaned off space. I love that brick. I think in this video I'm talking about how I don't have the biggest mantle going. It's only about 5 maybe 6 inches deep, maybe not even 6 inches, so it's not very deep at all, but I do really enjoy decorating it. Let's hear what I'm saying. I'll talk about the hooks. So I'm bound to hang something on those hooks. I think I found some almost reminiscent of Victorian streetlight lanterns, which I'm sure will be going up anytime now. No? Soon? Possibly, Gareth? Come on, get going. That era, so something that had a flame in it rather than a candle. So let me put them up and turn them on, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Okay, so as you can see, hopefully that translates well on camera. They have that true kind of flame flicker. So I'm going to take you over because I need you to look at my mantle itself. Okay, crafters, I'm hoping you can see that I have hammered in a nail here and one on the other side. And that's because the garland I'm having this year is going to drape over the back there. I've got some brass cup hooks under the underside here, some small ones and a medium sized one. Let me just show you that. Okay, crafters, so I have a small one on the outer edge, and then I have a medium sized one, and then I have a small one in the middle, and then the same repeated on this side here. Now that's going to help with my stockings and my garland. So in regards to my garland, crafters, I have got one of the sprigs, and I'm going to wrap that round the nail, and I'll do that on both sides, and then it will trail over slightly on each end. So let me do that now. Okay, so that's the wreath in place, and I have it slightly draping over each side. This garland I purchased from Argos Sainsbury's, and I added it had the berries and the pine cones and that kind of thing, because with the Victorian theme I really wanted to bring in the natural element, because obviously back in the Victorian era the natural produce, like the apples, the oranges, that type of thing, they were the main source of decorations for poorer families. Obviously you had to be quite rich and affluent to afford glass ornaments or ceramic ornaments for your Christmas trees. So I added some dried dehydrated orange slices to the garland, and I added some other bits, I think some holly leaves, that type of thing. I love the gold beads that hang underneath. I do really enjoy this mantle. I think there are things that I would have done slightly different. I wouldn't have had the stockings facing the way that I have them facing, as you'll probably see later on in the video. But I love the beads, and I love these gorgeous gold ornaments that I found on eBay many moons ago. It was so cheap. I think like 30 for £6, something like that, and they're all glass and they are beautiful. And that just screams Victorian to me. I don't know if you agree or what you thought about this look when it went live 2 years ago. But yeah, I would have had these if I'd done it. When I do it again, I would probably have them to one side, but it'd be a long time before I do the Victorian theme again. I may well do the Victorian theme up in the family tree upstairs, because I have Victorian plates with our year of birth on them. See, I don't know why I had them facing each other. It makes no sense. But I really, I love those lanterns. They do have that kind of Victorian lamp look. Lovely church window, and there's one of those plastic wreaths that I used in 2017 with the very Victorian imagery. This is the more more subdued paint. The other one's quite vibrant. But this is the year where I get back into the brass, and there's some brass elements that come on to the mantle, and I really enjoyed that. I was looking at what I've just shown, those little carolers, and I really wanted it, but I really didn't want to pay the price they were asking for. It was almost £30, and I thought that was absolutely outrageous. But then I got my little pay from YouTube, and that paid for it, so I didn't feel as guilty spending that money because I worked for it. But yeah, there's my brass candlesticks and some forest green charger plates. I love these colours, the burgundies and the greens and the brassy gold. I'm using them this year, these two little ceramic urns. I actually painted them black using my black gesso, and I'm going to be having some gold or cream bottle brush trees in them, because the theme in my room this year is black, gold, cream and green. So I'll be using them this year, but they'll be painted black. But yeah, I really like this. I like the simplicity of it. Oh, great camera work here, Gareth. A bit shaky. I love the glow you get off the candles. Very simple. I mean, that's literally a charger plate, 2 candles, and a bottle brush tree. I mean, how much more simple can you get? Yeah, I added on the dried limes as well on that garland. See, this was recorded at night time, but I had my ring light, and it makes such a difference. Okay, let's go back to the video audio. Garland came quite packed with things. The only things I've added are the dried oranges, the dried limes, and the holly. Everything else was in it, so the big pine cones, all the foliage, the burlap, all that was already in there. I just added the elements just to make it a bit more Victorian looking, to go with my theme. So I'm really happy with it. Thank you very much for joining me today, crafters, and you'll see me again very soon. Stay well and stay safe, one and all. Okay, now we go to last year's, which was blue, white and silver. I found a lot of gorgeous vintage things for this particular theme, like this plate for example, absolutely stunning, and I can use it during the winter months. I mean, I could even use it all year round, to be quite fair, when I do, because I do a lot of blue and white in my glass cabinet during the summer months. I'm looking at it now and it's all blue, white with yellow, and I mean, I know it's supposed to be, is it a snowy scene if I can remember correctly? Yeah, it's a snowy scene, but I mean, if it's behind other plates and that type of thing, you're not really going to notice, but the blue and white is beautiful. And I remember finding the acrylic deer or stags, reindeer, last year, and they were one of the rare things that I bought that were new. These silver trees I've had since the 90s. I really try and look after my things, and if you look after them, they should last you a long time. Those trees there were a gift from my father when I was going through a particularly rough year back in 2013, when my eldest nephew was very, very poorly. He was in a coma due to cancer. It was rough that year. It really was a rough year. I gave in my job in October, November, and I was going to the hospital every day with my sister-in-law, while my brother looked after the other children. And it was a rough year, so my father actually bought me this set of 2 acrylic trees from QVC UK just to cheer me up. I remember 2013 being a rough year, and the Christmas itself, it didn't feel like Christmas, which is quite weird. Those Father Christmases I found on eBay, and what I loved about those particular Father Christmases is that they were acrylic and they were kind of white silver, but they lit up blue, so that was perfect for my theme. Yeah, you can just about see, there you go, you can just about see it. How do you prefer my videos, crafters? Do you obviously throughout this particular series, I'm seeing how my videos have changed. Do you prefer it when I'm on camera putting the stuff on the shelf and cutting away, or do you prefer it when I do those videos where it looks like it's magically appearing? I don't mind either of them, to be honest. If I'm behind the camera and you don't see me, I don't have to worry about getting all pristine and looking as half decent as I can. But yeah, I'm not sure. I suppose the other one is more editing heavy, but then all videos are quite heavy when it's editing. Even these ones, I've got to edit a lot out and overlay the music and overlay the audio, so it's all quite intensive. This will be my last year on YouTube, mind. I am retiring from the YouTube world this year. This will be my last season, September through December, with this extra series here, Christmas in July. I'll probably come back and do home tours for each season, but I'm not going to put the amount of effort into it. And I know many of you have heard me complaining about me being so disheartened with, you know, the viewerships and subscriptions and that type of thing, and I've stayed on because of my true subscribers that come back video after video after video. That's why I've stayed the 3 years or maybe even 4 years that I've been very disheartened, but I just can't do it anymore. It hurts too much to put so much effort into videos and then only get 120 views. It's time, it takes energy, and I just don't want to do it anymore. So this series of of videos from September to December, which at this point I'm not even sure there's going to be as many as there were last year. I've had a difficult year this year, and my crafty mojo isn't as apparent as I would like it to be. As you probably know, I lost my grandfather October 2021. Then my nan passed away in March, and then my cousin, who I was extremely close with, passed away in April. So it's been a rough year, and I don't know what else has happened since I'm recording these, because I'm actually recording these voiceovers in May, ready for them to go up in July. So I'm hoping things are better by the time these videos go out. Gosh, this is so depressing for you guys. I'm so sorry. You don't need to come here and listen to me like this. I apologize. Anyway, back to the video, and I love this mantle. I love this colorway. I think it goes really well in our living room, even though you think more golds and creams, and they do go well in here. I must admit, we're quite lucky in regards to the wallpaper and the furniture we have chosen. I am very much leaning towards more golds this year than I have done in any year previously. I mean, the theme in our living room this year is cream, gold and brown. So I'm hoping that will, again, total opposite to last year where it's blue, white and silver. So very cold colours, very cool colours compared to this year, which I think are going to be quite raw, warm and royal. And I don't mean royal as in expensive, I mean royal as in opulent. I think of those colours as being quite warm and quite yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So what else am I saying? I'm assuming I put snow on things. I'm sure I do. Yep, here we go. And you know, craft, I'll say it again, that's that same bag of snow. And now that I've finished, I'll have to bring in the Hoover and hoover up all this mess. Okay, so let me take you in for a closer look. That is the mantle done for Christmas of 2021, and I will see you tomorrow. As always, you lovely people, thank you very much for joining me. Please like the video and leave any comments you'd like to down below. Which is your favourite mantelscape? I know I'm leaving, but if you would like to subscribe, because I am going to come back and still do my my home tours for spring, Easter, autumn, winter, Christmas. Please do that. I've got plenty of previous videos that you can watch. So if you're in a Christmas group, share this video. But thank you for being you and being with me. Taking time out to watch this video. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you next week with another Through the Years Christmas video. Bye now.